That morning, rain soaked my uniform and my destiny. He was quiet, calm, watching everything.
That boy's people are not people we mix with.
If your family knows who my people are, this ends.
That was when fear entered my chest.
I met him in SS2 on a day I almost stayed back at home. That morning, rain had fallen heavily in Nsukka, soaking my uniform before I even stepped out. My mother scolded me for moving slowly, and I left the house already tired of everything. I did not know that by the end of that school term, my life would begin to change. His name was Chukwudi. He was a new student, quiet, calm, always observing. Teachers liked him because he was respectful and never caused trouble. Students barely noticed him because he did not try to stand out. But I noticed him. Not because he was popular, not because he was handsome. I noticed him because he looked like someone who carried many thoughts but spoke very few words. We did not talk for weeks. The first time we spoke was because of punishment. Our English teacher paired us together to clean the staff room after school. I was annoyed. He simply picked up a broom and nodded, as if he had already accepted his fate. When he smiled at me, it was soft and reassuring. It felt like he was saying, "Do not worry, this will pass." As we cleaned, we talked. We talked about school rules. We talked about how long assemblies felt. We laughed when I complained too much. I teased him for being too serious. That afternoon, something changed. From then on, we began to sit closer in class. We studied together during prep. We walked part of the road home together before separating at the junction. It felt innocent, safe, until it was no longer just friendship. By SS3, people had noticed. They noticed how he waited for me after lessons. They noticed how I kept a seat for him in morning classes. They noticed how our conversations became quiet and careful. We never held hands in school. We never kissed, but we were in love. It was young love, the kind that makes you believe nothing can go wrong. We spoke about the future as if it was already written. He said he wanted to study engineering. I said I wanted to become a nurse. We joked about attending the same university. We laughed about how strict our parents would be. I thought that would be the hardest part. I was wrong. Chukwudi never spoke much about his family. Whenever I asked, he would smile and say, "One day I will tell you." I trusted him, so I did not push. My own family was different. My mother believed strongly in tradition. My father believed strongly in silence. As long as I focused on my education, they did not interfere much with my life. I thought that meant freedom. I did not understand. One evening, after our mock examinations, I came home later than usual. I was smiling to myself, remembering how Chukwudi joked that we would both pass very well. My mother was sitting in the sitting room, quiet. She did not ask about school. She did not ask if I had eaten. She looked at me for a long time. Then she called my name, my full name. That was when fear entered my chest. She asked one question. "Who is the boy you are always moving with?" I froze. I tried to explain. I tried to reduce it to nothing. I tried to say he was only my classmate. But Igbo mothers rarely ask questions they do not already know the answer to. She stood up slowly and said words that made my heart beat faster. "That boy's people are not people we mix with." I did not understand. I asked her what she meant. She did not explain. Instead, she told me to sit down and listen carefully. She said some families carry histories that must never join ours. That night, sleep did not come. The next day, I asked Chukwudi about it. For the first time since I met him, he did not smile. He became quiet. Then he said something that frightened me. "If your family knows who my people really are," he said, "they will never allow this." My heart started racing. I asked him to explain. He shook his head. "Not now," he said. "You are not ready." At that moment, I understood. Our love was not just facing opposition, it was standing against tradition. And once tradition speaks, it does not take its words back. That night, my mother called me into her room again. Her voice was calm, but her words were heavy. "If you continue seeing that boy, you will be choosing him over your family. And in our culture, that choice never ends without consequence."